Welcome to The Grit Factor, reimagining grit as part of the whole person in a life that matters. I'm your host, Shannon Huffman-Polson.
Yeah, it's really all about trying to find that new normal. I mean, it wasn't like my leg is going to grow back. It's not. Accepting it and trying to figure out what I can still do with it.
Right.
And I think I keep talking about Walter Reed, but it was this amazing place to do rehab because you had these other soldiers. They were just wounded, that camaraderie. You had organizations that, their mission was to want you to get out of your hospital room and get out doing things that, you never thought you'd do with one leg, much less with two sometimes. So kind of taking those opportunities as it came. I learned how to ski on one leg. I did the New York City Marathon on a bike that I powered with my arms. And that kind of really gave me hope that I could still be independent, that I could still be an athlete, which I would kind of lay in my hospital bed and wonder, could I still be an athlete again? And then learning about the U.S. Paralympics and how that, was this incredible event that I could, represent a country. I defended over in Iraq, and this dream of being an Olympian when I was younger, it kind of like came full circle and I had a second chance. So, I actually think a lot of my time and my rehab was spent dreaming of athletics and then kind of realizing that I could still be an athlete again. Things that come your way that, you never expect it. And I think after losing a leg, which is obviously something I never expected, but it's kind of proven to me firsthand that we all have these rough times and rough moments, and we get through them. And we're going to get through this, and we're going to get through it together. And it's just, you have to live every day. I think especially right now, it's so important. You have to do what makes you happy every day, not what makes someone else happy, but there's so much going on around us, and you read the news, and it's hard not to get down on a lot of things, but at the end of the day, look back at your day and think about the things that make you happy and the things that you made small progress with. And it was the same after losing a leg, celebrating the little victories along the way.
And I love also how you are finding a way to give back. How did your nonprofit come about? Because that is one of the things we talk about a lot too, is that you need your team, but you also need to be part of other people's teams and to pass that forward and to bring that legacy forward. So I think that's really inspiring.
Yeah. So after I lost my leg, I just did a simple Google search of above the knee amputees who are also women. And I would see, there was this woman who had just done an Ironman. There was this other woman who was in the Paralympics for skiing, and they're both missing a leg like I am. And I looked at them, and they truly gave me hope. Yeah. So I think wanting to be that person for somebody else who maybe has just, gone through a traumatic instance, lost a limb. And back in Chicago, so I just moved from Chicago out to Colorado about a year ago. And two friends and I who have been involved in adaptive athletics their entire life, they are able-bodied, they have all their limbs, but then me as an athlete who was missing a leg, we all knew the importance of how much athletics could help a person in their life that had a disability. So starting this organization called Dare to Try, and over the past, it's been 10 years, which is kind of crazy, but we have, helped grassroots up to the Paralympic level, youth, adults, injured service members, truly changed hundreds of lives, getting these athletes to the starting line, providing the adaptive equipment, the racing wheelchair, the hand cycle, helping them, get fit with a prosthetic leg or an arm, whatever it may be, and just kind of seeing them cross that finish line and just the confidence it carries over. So it's pretty incredible the lives you can change when you do something like that.
If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review on your favorite podcast app and share it with a friend. Also, pick up your own copy of The Grit Factor for more candid stories and lessons from leaders in the vanguards of their fields. And invest in yourself and in your team with learning journeys in grit, leadership, purpose, and storytelling at thegritinstitute.com. Thanks for listening. I hope you'll join me for the next episode of The Grit Factor.